There's nothing I love more than seeing high-end watches that are innovative and inspiring, although sometimes it's really nice to see something fun and almost whimsical that we can put on our wrists, and that is exactly what Prestar NYC are offering today. Hi guys, my name is Jason and I am your watch guy today. Today I have in a watch from Prestar NYC. These are homage watches with a slight twist. Built with a 316L stainless steel casing and an NH35 movement, they definitely add a little bit of a fun twist to their dials. They've also provided me with a discount code for you all if you'd like to pick one up. It's linked in the description and that code is JasonTheWatchGuy15. That'll get you 15% off on anything over $100. They sent me this watch for free. I get to keep it in this video. Is obviously sponsored by them. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. Let's get this out of the way straight away. Yes, this is a homage to a Rolex Submariner, and yes, it is definitely a Chinese produced product. We're not looking at this for it to be the world's most luxurious watch or to be the world's most original. What I have seen from Prestar though is that they add a lot of fun to their watches and their designs. What they are known for though is using lab created diamonds in their watches, and what that brings is a more environmentally conscious watch. This one is based on a piece of Snoopy artwork, so it was obviously the pick for me, but they do have plenty of other designs available. You'll be able to see those diamonds applied on the indices aside from the 12, 3, 6 and 9. They are also available featuring a lot of other popular designs and popular comic designs, which I love. Packed into a 316L stainless steel casing with a NH35 movement, this is quite similar to some Pagani designs that I've featured in the past. Brushed upper lugs and a high polish finish to the side profile. Pretty much what you would expect, nothing that's going to blow you away. Let's cover the dimensions on this one quickly. It is 41.2 millimeters in diameter, 13 millimeters thick, 47.5 millimeters lug to lug. We have 20 millimeter lugs on this piece. A screw down crown and screw down case back bring this in with a 100 meter water resistance. Those are both unsigned, unfortunately though. We do have a coin edge finish to the crown. The bezel is a 120 click unidirectional bezel and it has an aluminium anodized bezel insert matching the dial. We have a very simple lume pip at the 12 o'clock with a 15-minute dive indicator. It is nice to see this dive style to the watch. I don't imagine, however, that we'll see many of them being used for water sports or diving activity. The coin edge to the bezel makes it very easy to use. However, there is a slight play in the bezel, which isn't ideal at all. Finished with a sapphire crystal and a cyclops at the 3 o'clock. Unusually enough, this cyclops, I don't have much of an issue with it. I'm not usually the biggest fan, however, this one is well magnified and centered well. The dial on this piece is obviously the selling point and what is going to bring you to it. And I'll say it again, I think this one's quite fun and it's not something that you usually see on the market. This artistic depiction of Snoopy is definitely the thing that drew me to this watch. As I have said though, there are other popular comic characters that you can pick up. The Prestar logo is printed to the 12 o'clock and at the 6 o'clock we have Prestar Automatic. The dial layout is very Submariner-esque. 12 o'clock triangle and the date are free. These are applied indices throughout and they are loomed at the 12, 6 and 9 position. One thing Prestar have mentioned abundantly in their listing is their lab diamond indices that you can see around the dial. Definitely not something that you usually see at the £150 price point, but do remember these are lab diamonds. Still a nice touch though. The Mercedes style handset completes this piece and that brings us nicely along to the lume shot. So let's get these lights out and let's have a look at it. As you can see, there are only a couple of points of lume to this piece. We do have the lume pip up at 12 o'clock and theoretically that is to help a dive aspect. We have the triangle at the 12, the 9 o'clock and 6 o'clock batons and the handset. The lume isn't bad at all. It's a better standard than some AliExpress pieces. One thing I will say though is that when you don't lume that much of the watch, it becomes a little bit of a missed opportunity and there's only really one way that I can go with this. It is a good spread, it is well applied and it's brighter than I expected. Overall, I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. I'd have liked to have seen more loom. For anyone that's experienced an AliExpress Submariner homage before, this is definitely the same type of bracelet that you would see on them. It's a screw link oyster style bracelet, fully brushed, and the clasp definitely follows that motif. We have a simple fold out machined piece on this. One nice touch is that they have added the on the fly adjustment, which will make this much easier to get a perfect fit day to day. One thing that I will note is that these are male end links, which means that the watch feels a lot longer than usual female end link pieces. However, solid end links. Speaking of which, probably time to get this on wrist and show you what it looks like. Here we have the fit to wrist. It's exactly what I expected from a 40mm sub homage. It fits pretty well, and honestly the bracelet's quick adjustment does definitely help it a lot, because you can get that perfect fit to wrist. Now, one thing that I will mention is that it is slightly a longer profile due to those male end links, and with the case back being a little bit more protruded, it does stand slightly higher off the wrist in a more unusual way than a lot of other watches do. However, I've found this a really comfortable everyday wear, and definitely something that you can wear as an everyday piece, I think. This particular piece and a lot of the others are listed at £150. Now, you can use my code JTWG15 to get 15% off it. That will bring it down to £127.50. And in the UK, I do believe they offer free shipping. I've already said in this video that Prestar offer a multitude of different designs. Definitely worth having a look at their website, and I've displayed a few on the screen right now for you to see. I've picked a couple of my favorites that I think are really the fun pieces of the lineup. I think the real question is, what are my moans for this piece? So let's get into that. This is the typical quality of an AliExpress homage. That means the bezel isn't the best quality overall, and there are some slightly more sharp edges around the piece that I would have liked to have seen a finer finish to. The loom is that same lower quality. I'd have loved to have seen it stepped up. And finally, if you're looking for an absolute spec monster of a watch, this isn't it. That being said, this is a fantastic piece of fun, and I think it'd make the ideal gift for someone that isn't too deep into the watch journey just yet. The cartoon-esque dials really do offer something a little bit different, and I believe that's the unique selling point of these watches. Definitely not the typical homage that you would see. Thank you to Prestar NYC for sending this watch in to review today and for sponsoring this video. It's been nice to see what can be done with this homage basis and give me something a little different to show you guys. Also nice to see them using lab created diamonds to show a little bit of sustainability in the market. Obviously a much more ethical way of sourcing these stones. The link to their website and this watch is in the description. If you are interested, go and check them out. And remember to use the code JTWG15 for 15% off this one. Thank you for watching this one today, guys. And remember to subscribe to the channel. I'd absolutely adore some comments on your thoughts of this piece. And I'll see you in the next one.